simply unprofessional. Simply unprofessional. Yeah. Unprofessional. Yeah. Unprofessional.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Simply Unprofessional. I'm your host, Webby. Joining me tonight, we got Rob.
Hey, everybody, it's Rob.
And we do have somebody hiding in the wings who might chime in from time to time.
I'm not really here.
That's Donnie, everybody.
Yes, it's not Donnie. He's not here.
Oh, Donnie's not here, everybody.
Yeah. Shh.
I'll shush. So I sent a few things to Rob. And for whatever reason, I can hear myself so clearly through your microphone, and I'm not even yelling. I sent some stuff to Rob, and some of the stuff he knew, some of the stuff he didn't. But we had just previously discussed there was a blue moon last night, which happens very rarely. We'll talk more about that because I think Rob has an article about that, hopefully. But not only was it a blue moon, it was a super moon. So it was even rarer, I guess. Now,
It will be the same tonight if you. Well, this won't be out in time, but.
But I went out there, I looked at it. I don't know, it looked the same to me. I swear I've seen the moon even bigger than it was.
I swear I feel the same way. I swear to you, I feel the same way.
Yeah. Because I remember looking up into the sky at one point and just saying, God, that fucking moon looks humongous. But, you know, the moon last night, it was just like, okay, it looks like a moon. Maybe a little bit bigger than normal, but it's just not by much, I guess. But we'll figure out more about what a blue moon is, super moon, and all that. And then we're also going to talk about other astrological things. Is that the right? Okay, we're going to talk about astrological.
Astrology is the science. Astronomy is the.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that too. I sent Rob an Instagram reel. And he chuckled about it. It was all like the sciencey stuff behind everything, and then astronomy, or
astronomy.
Yeah, astronomy was the last one to chime in. They were like, "Oh, who invited astronomy?" But yeah, we're going to also be mentioning other astrological things that are going to be happening throughout the month of September and possibly for the remainder of the year. So yeah, with that being said, Rob, what do you got? What do you want to talk about first here? You want to talk about the supermoon first?
Yeah, but I was going to ask you, like, when you remember seeing the moon larger, was that when you used to live in Texas? Because it would look larger in Texas than New Hampshire, but...
No, it was here because I remember seeing it through the trees in the backyard.
Well, it might have been the time of night we were looking at it, too, because when it's closer to the horizon, it looks larger, obviously.
Maybe that's what it was.
That's probably it.
I do know it was lower in the sky than it was when I looked at it last night, so...
Yeah.
That's definitely it for me.
It's probably what it is then, yeah. So anyway, tonight, like if you're hearing this set when we posted at 1 a.m., you could go out and see the supermoon, I suppose. But it's going to be high in the sky at that point, so it won't look as huge. But basically, a supermoon is just, it happens when the moon is at its closest point to the Earth in its rotation around. So it looks larger, obviously, because it's closer. It's still not that close, but closest point in its rotation around the Earth. It is also a full moon because it is on the opposite side of the Earth from the sun. So the sun is shining on it directly, basically, and making it full. So the Earth's not in the way of it, which is what usually causes, like, the new moon and that quarter moon or whatever is Earth's shadow being cast onto the moon from the sun. So it's out there, and so the thing that I didn't know is the blue moon. Now, I always thought that maybe, like, the way that when they call it a blue moon, like, the moon is, like, slightly tinted blue, and they're like, oh, it's a little bit blue, we'll call it a blue moon. But no, it's called a blue moon because, you know, the saying once in a blue moon, because it's rare And the reason this is a blue moon is because it's the second full moon in a month. Usually there's only one full moon a month. So every once in a great while, there's 2 full moons in a month, and that's called a blue moon.
Gotcha. Now, you didn't happen to find when the last super blue moon was, did you? Because I know those are even more rare. If not, that's fine.
Once every 2 to 3 years. Oh no, that's just a blue moon. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I thought it was.
Jeez,
I
that's
thought
probably
it, I thought it was
super rare.
some like crazy number when I heard it because I remember hearing it the other day. I thought they said something like 20 or 23 years or something like that.
The last one was December 2009.
Oh,
And the next one will be January or March of 2037.
oh, okay.
Oh, actually, it's supposed to be January and March. So next time there's 2 super blue moons.
In 1 year?
In 1 year, yeah, January and March, very close together.
Wow.
2037.
Okay. So Rob did not like my reasoning why the moon looks bigger in the sky.
No.
So for the listeners, because obviously a supermoon means that the moon is closer, correct, to the Earth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's the closest point.
Yeah. So it does appear larger, and I told him I thought it was mainly because the space ice giants, who are sometimes on the dark side of the moon, were just pushing it closer.
Mm.
And he just looked at me like I was a sea creature, and I just exploded his brains. So
Well, that's a thing.
yeah. Listen, I'm a firm believer there are space ice giants out there. Okay? You can't prove to me that there isn't. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think it's made of cheese. So
The moon?
Yep.
Maybe that's why the space ice giants were pushing it. You know? Maybe they're like, this moon cheese smells weird.
And also, there are no cats in America, and the streets are paved with cheese. So, you know.
What does that have to do with cats?
Well, there's no cats in America, and the streets are paved with cheese. Moving on.
I don't get it. That's absurd.
Okay. Sure. And all your stuff is not absurd.
Anyway, okay, so that's what the super blue moon is.
Yeah.
Now, is that ending essentially Friday, early Friday morning, late tonight? Is that going to be the last real night that you're going to be able to see it that way, or?
Mhm. Yeah, tonight is the last night, and then
Okay.
it starts to do where the moon starts to be not full anymore.
Right.
It'll still be pretty close, but it'll be like a part of it will be gone because
Right.
of the shadow.
Right. All right. So, what is? I don't know if you have them in like chronological order, but what's the next astrological event that's going to happen?
So the next is the 15th of September is the new moon, where the Earth's shadow completely blocks out the moon. This makes it easier for you to see fainter stars and galaxies because the moon's light is not basically blinding everything out.
Can I ask a question?
Mhm.
We always know how this is going to end, but
Oh, jeez.
is it going to be a super new moon?
Technically, I guess. The moon will probably be starting to move away at that point. But yeah,
But it might still be bigger.
you won't be able to see it, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I guess the moon moves faster than that, so no, it won't be
Damn
a
it.
super new moon. Because the next super moon comes around on September 29th, so it's back to being in the super moon position.
Man, all right. I like the idea of a super new moon. Like, Oh, this moon is super large, but you can't
I mean,
see
I'm
it.
sure it happens at some points, but
Okay. So we got the new moon coming on the 15th. Which I don't know. I wouldn't consider that like an astrological event. Like that happens every month. We always get a new moon every month.
yeah.
You
I mean,
know?
technically, it's an eclipse, just not with the sun. It's an eclipse of the moon.
I don't feel like that is actually the case though.
It is.
No, because in eclipses, can't you see the outer ring of it during an eclipse?
You're
You
thinking
can.
of the corona of the sun when it's eclipsed, right?
Oh, maybe.
I mean, the moon probably
I
still does that though.
I thought there was a different. I thought there was a
Or
difference
the
between
halo?
a
Not
new
corona.
moon and a lunar eclipse. I
No,
thought those were two different things.
they are not.
Okay.
They sound like they should be, but I don't. As far as I know, they're not either. Rob's like, nope, it's not. I said it.
Okay, what's after the new moon?
So after the new moon on September 19th, which is only 4 days later, Neptune will be the closest to Earth that has been in a long time. You'll be able to see it, and it will be fully illuminated by the sun.
Ooh.
It'll be brighter than any other time of the year and will be visible all night long. This is the best time to view or photograph Neptune. Due to its extreme distance from Earth, it will only appear as a tiny blue dot in all but most powerful telescope.
So, Rob,
hmm
I hate to say this, buddy, because it doesn't happen often on science-y stuff.
hmm
You are wrong, my friend. There is a difference between new moons and lunar eclipses. New moons
Right?
occur because of the changing viewpoint of the moon. Lunar eclipses occur when the Earth gets in the way of the light from the sun and stops hitting the moon. New moons occur when the moon is between the sun and the Earth. Lunar
Yeah. So
eclipses occur
that's
when the
Opposite side.
Earth is between the sun and the moon.
Okay, that makes sense.
wait. What?
New moons occur when the moon is between the sun and the Earth. Lunar eclipses occur when the Earth is between the sun and the moon.
Wait, that's a solar eclipse when the moon is between the Earth and the sun.
No. Hold on.
The phases of the moon are typically caused by the position of the sun being. I see what he's saying, but I have a headache, so it's hard for me to put words into it. But I think I know what what he's saying. There is a total eclipse where it blocks out the sun, and that is still a solar eclipse. But the phases of the moon are typically caused by the position of the moon relative to the sun and our perspective from Earth of that. Does that make sense? And then on the other side of it, the Earth blocking the sunlight from getting to the moon. I've got a headache. I'm probably talking in circles, but I think I grasp it.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess I see, but wouldn't that still be a solar? Oh, I don't know. I'm sure
I mean,
it's a solar.
I get what you're saying too. I think a true solar eclipse would be when the moon is perfectly lined up to block
But
it.
yeah, it's when the dark side of the moon is facing us. Basically, I guess is
Yeah,
what.
yeah.
Not the dark side of the moon, but like because the moon doesn't turn, but it's the on the side of the sun. So the dark side of the moon is actually being lit up by the sun, and the side we normally see is not. I'm guessing that's how it works.
Yeah, it says
That's
other
my
interesting
understanding.
bits. The relative sizes and distances of the Earth, Sun, and Moon mean that the Earth's shadow covers the Moon almost perfectly during a total lunar eclipse, and the Moon covers the Sun almost perfectly during a solar eclipse. This is not due to any special effects of the universe, it's just a remarkable coincidence. The above coincidence is made even more remarkable by the fact that the moon is moving away from the Earth. This means that in the far past eclipses were less dramatic as the moon appeared larger, and that in the far future eclipses will be considerably less dramatic as the moon will appear smaller and will not, for example, be able to cover the entire disk of the sun. We are in a unique position both in space and time. Lunar
That's cool.
eclipses sometimes appear red due to refraction of light by the Earth's atmosphere. And lastly, there are many other moons in our solar system, but Earth's moon is much bigger relative to its parent planet than any of the others.
Because it used to be a planet and we crashed into it.
What? Really?
Yeah,
Do
back
they
when
know
Earth
where
was.
on Earth it hit?
Well, no, it
I
wasn't.
guess it
We
reformed.
weren't. Yeah, we weren't a full planet. Like there were both of the planet, us and the moon were two like basically the same size planets that were on the same orbit, and we crashed into each other, and like the Earth was formed from the two bigger pieces of the two planets, and then the moon was like what was left over.
Okay, I learned that a
Both the
long
other
time ago. It's just been a while.
See that?
So what would happen if they
all
did hit? Would they
rats.
just obliterate each other now? Like if we were to like, for whatever scientific reason it could actually happen, if we hit, would it like, would they just stick together or would they like fuck each other up and break apart?
Oh, it would fuck everything up.
Oh yeah, I feel like
I mean, I know
That would
human
be- that
beings
would
and
be
life
so
as we know it
death.
would be fucked.
Yeah, life.
I'm just talking about the
life
structures. Like,
ends.
would they form their own thing if they hit and all
Uh,
that?
they're probably not hot enough anymore to stick
Gotcha.
together. It would
To
probably just crack
to
and break.
fuse, yeah.
Gotcha.
But life would definitely end on Earth.
Yeah, it wouldn't take the moon to end life on Earth. It could be something much smaller than that.
Yeah,
You know, say Texas.
yeah.
What was that in Armageddon? They said it was an asteroid the size of Texas.
Yep. So
Okay. So
I'm
like I
glad-
said,
hey.
I'm learning new things every day too.
yeah. and
So
about
what I'm
that.
guessing is it's normally the new moon is when the moon is on the side of the Earth of the sun, but not in between. And it's so actually the dark side of the moon is not a correct because it's not always dark. It's lit up when the moon is a new moon.
They just call it dark because it's the side we never see.
Yeah.
Call it the root
Yeah, okay.
side.
I thought you were. I'm like, yeah. I thought you were gonna say I was wrong about something about Neptune. I'm like, I'm just reading exactly what it says. Like, I didn't research this, but I'm assuming it's
I just-
correct.
I like my brain just triggered because I was like, I swear I know that a new moon and a lunar eclipse are two separate things, but I didn't
They're
know the reasoning.
Basically, the same result, but
Right, but because of two different factors, kind of. You know, it's all positioning
Yeah.
essentially. But that was the thing. Is like I knew what I knew the outcome, but I didn't know the why, so I had to look up the why. So that way, I didn't sound much dumber than I already do. You know, space ice giants.
right.
All right.
Okay. So anyway, yes, the 19th you'll be able to see Neptune. It'll only look like a blue dot with your naked eye, but if you have a really nice telescope, you'll be able to see it because it'll be the closest and the brightest it has been for a long time.
We just recently had a planet that was relatively close too, didn't we? I think it was it Saturn? That was kind of.
It was Uranus.
Visible.
It was
Oh,
Uranus.
My Uranus is always visible.
Right. The 22nd, it's Mercury that will be very visible. The problem with Mercury is that it's basically on the same rotational plane as us to the sun. So normally it's very close to the horizon, so it's difficult to see. But on the 22nd, it will be as high in the sky as it ever gets. So you'll be able to see it. It will be at its highest point above the horizon in the morning sky. Look for the planet low on the eastern horizon just before sunrise. So it's very difficult to see Mercury because it's very close to the horizon, and usually, like as the sun rises, it and sets, the light still blocks it out. So this will be your best chance to see Mercury if you want to.
What day is that going to be on? The 19th?
The 22nd. The 19th is Neptune.
Dang, what a cool year for people with telescopes.
Well, all I'm saying,
Not even year, a
we
couple
could-
weeks.
we could just drive out to the beach really early in the morning, Friday morning, like before sunrise, and we could try to see Mercury with our eyes.
Yep.
Right out in the middle of the ocean is one of the best places to look.
Ain't no
Less
trees.
pollution. I don't know how much pollution affects it, but it certainly has to affect your like clarity of stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Or just smog in general.
What's next on the
All right.
chopping block?
Next is the fall equinox on September 23rd. Well, it's the fall equinox for the northern hemisphere and the vernal equinox for the southern hemisphere. Basically, what the equinox is when the sun will shine directly on the equator, and there will be nearly equal amounts of day and night throughout the entire world. It's the first day of fall for the northern hemisphere, and the first day of spring for the southern hemisphere. On the 23rd.
So the fall equinox means that we're going to have as close to equal parts day and nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
Is the spring equinox the same?
Yes.
Okay, and then summer is when the day's the longest? Or is that something all entirely
It's not called an equinox. It's the solstice. The solstice.
Yeah, solstice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then the winter solstice is when we have the shortest sunlight days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then it's because the Earth is tilted, so at the equinox is when it's basically tilting the other way, and it's now like equal, standing up straight before it starts to tilt the other way. Well, I mean, the Earth doesn't tilt because of its rotation. It seems like it's tilting because you're going to the other side of the sun, where whatever. But you know what I mean. Where the other side of the Earth is like tilted towards the sun rather than away, basically. But at the equinox points, they're basically equal, even though the Earth is just still tilted the same way. It's because of the way it rotates around the sun. So on the 29th is another supermoon, not a blue supermoon, just a regular one, because it's the only one in September. It is sometimes referred to as the corn moon because corn is harvested around this time of year. Or some people call it the harvest moon.
Because that's when you harvest all your crops for the year.
Mm-hmm. So the harvest moon is the full moon that occurs closest to the September equinox each year.
Okay, I have another dumb question.
No such thing.
So the Earth is always the equator, let's say, of the Earth is always tilted at the same degree.
Yeah.
And then it's spinning in place, and we're also spinning around the sun, which causes all these changes.
Mm-hmm.
What causes us to stay at that perfect degree of angle and not, kind of like a gyroscope where it's spinning one way, but it also is spinning at other directions as well, like all at the same time? Like, what stops us from doing that? Am I explaining that right?
From changing?
Yeah. Like what stops the Earth from not only spinning the way we spin currently, but also spinning kind of off its axis? So, you know what I mean? So the equator shifts to like what degree angle that it's at currently. I don't know if I'm explaining this right.
I'm not quite understanding, I don't think.
Trying to see if I have a ball, and then I can just run into your room and show you, but I don't. So like, okay, if you picture a tennis ball,
right,
and you draw a line all the way around it as like the equator, and you roll that tennis ball on that line, so the equator line never technically moves, but the ball is spinning. Now, if you inserted a different spin to it to where it's still rolling in that direction, still spinning in that same direction, but now it's also spinning, say, to the left. It's not rolling on the ground, it's suspended in air or whatever. And so that one equator line is now fucking all over the place. What stops the Earth from doing that? Do you still not understand what
Like
I'm trying
what?
to say?
You mean like what stops it from like turning the other way, like going like so that the poles are like spinning away from the sun and stuff like that? You mean?
Yeah.
Um. Well, it's basically the force at which the Earth is spinning would kind of keep that from being like. Also, one of the main reasons is because the core of the Earth is also spinning. And I believe it spins in different directions, so that
There's a
kind of
term for
even
that.
though
What is that term? Where you have a sphere with another sphere inside of it that's rotating also, and they kind of perpetually keep each other
yeah,
rotating.
that's
Isn't that a
basically the
gyroscope?
reason.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, so basically the core of the Earth also spinning is part of the reason why that doesn't happen. It also has to do with gravity, because gravity basically helps hold things in stability. So the gravity of the sun is basically keeping us from like tilting weird ways.
Okay.
Because we're constantly just spinning in that one direction, and like for us to start to spin the other way, like gravity would have to like release us for a little bit for that to happen, which
Now,
is not ever going to happen.
Is the
But that's the reason why
is the gravitational force of the moon also affecting that?
not that's the reason that the Earth tilted originally is because it was drawn towards the moon. I don't think if the moon left, it would change that now. But there are other things that the moon being gone would affect, such as the ocean tides and stuff like that, because the ocean tides are affected because of the gravitational pull of the moon.
Right.
Did you know in 1978 they discovered if you reverse the poles you can time travel?
What?
Yeah, Superman went 660 million miles per hour and reversed the poles so he could save Lois.
Oh man. Oh yeah, I remember that.
You reversed it. Yeah, that's like 98% the speed of light. There's your fun fact for the day, guys.
Man, he's fast.
Fact check me, bro.
Just so you know, it is possible for the poles to reverse, which would make
It would destroy
compasses
everything,
weird.
right?
No, it would mess up compasses because they'd be all pointing south instead of north. But it can happen. It has happened in the past. Like
Rob,
a long,
just so
long
you
time
know,
ago.
if you reverse it, you can also time travel. I saw it with my own eyes.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't alive.
I'll
in
put that
78,
right
but
next to the space ice giants in my science notebook. Fine.
Put Superman.
Right. Yeah, I'm writing it down, Donnie. I'm writing it down.
Who you gonna believe, Thor or Superman?
What?
What?
Wait,
Thor
Thor.
fights ice giants.
That's true. Thor
What?
does fight ice giants.
All right, check it out, guys. You guys.
I've written them both down. They're equally as important to me.
Okay.
You have to choose, and one of us is gonna be upset with you.
Anyway.
What do the listeners
Okay.
think? Everybody,
Everybody
message
write
me at
in.
Jack's Forest Walker, all one word. What you think?
Yeah.
Bye.
God dang it.
All right. October 8th and 9th is the Draconis meteor shower.
See, this.
Dracondis. Sorry.
Now, I get why the other things are technically under the umbrella of astrological events. But, see, like meteor showers and supermoons, these are things that I consider astrological events. Not necessarily like the phases of the moon or like the equinoxes, because those are things that happen every year.
Still astrological events, but yeah.
Yeah, I get that, but like, yeah, all right, you got me.
Anyway, so the Dracondis meteor shower will be producing about 10 meteors per hour. It's because the Earth is traveling through dust left behind by the Gaia Shinobi Zinner comet.
Thanks to whoever named that.
Yeah, why can't we have more names like, Halley's Comet?
Because whoever discovers it names it.
Yeah.
So people are weird.
It's
so
usually
you're
the
gonna have
last-
that type of shit.
It's usually the last names of the scientists that discovered it, which is why it must have been two scientists like Mr. Gabinici and Miss Zinner or something like that.
They better hope I never discover things. I'm gonna start naming everything after beeholes, just like Uranus.
Oh boy.
Everything I find and discover is gonna be named like a reference to a beehole, like the chocolate starfish constellation.
Jesus.
Anyways, continue.
Coming in
I'm just here to
December,
discuss you guys.
there's going to be the butthole meteor shower.
That's not very.
The Dracondis is an unusual shower in that the best viewing of it is early evening instead of early morning like most other showers.
Yes, better viewed after a shower. Okay, I'm done now.
Aaron, it's an annual meteor shower event that occurs from October 6th to October 10th. This year, the best viewing is the 8th and 9th.
Now, are those we see that mainly because that's all that stuff burning up in our atmosphere, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, are we ever at risk of any of those things actually not fully burning up and actually impacting somewhere in the world?
No, they're far too small.
Huh.
Like it would take a large meteor to not burn up completely in the atmosphere. Like this, and this is just comet dust, basically. Like the dust left behind as a comet zoomed by. Like if a full comet tried to impact us, maybe we'd be in danger, but depends on how big the comet is.
Remind me, Donnie, if you can. I have another dumb question, but I'm gonna wait.
I make no promises.
Why are you
Go ahead.
waiting? Just give me the dumb question.
Okay, so follow me here. Have you ever skipped rocks on a pond?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So if a comet or meteor was angled just right and it flew into Earth's atmosphere, connected with Earth, but at such a unique angle that it essentially just launched itself back out into space.
I don't know if it would retain its
No.
velocity to escape at like atmosphere and gravity.
What if do you think at all ever that all of those perfect things could align where the amount of gravity it takes would make it just barely skim across the surface of the Earth and be able to still shoot off and exit the Earth's atmosphere again?
Nope. The only way a comet could hit Earth and then continue to travel would be if it was big enough to smash the Earth in half and continue moving.
Because larger objects their gravity would pull in the smaller object, right? Is that kind of what you're saying?
Well, first of all, once it hit the atmosphere, it would begin to burn up. So as it got closer to the Earth's surface, it would be getting much smaller. Then the gravity of the Earth would be affecting it. So if it touched the ground in a way in order to bounce back up, it would be instantly destroyed and leave a giant crater.
Okay. I'm guessing the same would be like even if it hit the ocean at that angle,
Yes.
it wouldn't just skip off like a rock does.
No.
It takes
I don't think that would work.
so much force to launch stuff from the Earth into space. Like a thing moving at like I said, unless it was going fast enough and it was big enough to basically destroy the Earth and continue on, there's no way.
Basically, what you're saying is the speed and like force behind it required to escape Earth's atmosphere. If it hit Earth at that force, it would just blow up, right?
Right.
Okay. That's how I'm going to understand it in my brain. That's how my brain explains it to me.
Okay.
Yeah, unless it was big enough and dense enough to punch a hole through the Earth and continue out the other side, which would obviously completely ruin
That's
the
a
Earth.
railgun from Aliens, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if actual comets will do that. Somebody shot a railgun at us. That's what that would be.
Okay. Okay. Well, that was my question. You've answered it.
Okay, October 14th is a solar eclipse. Apparently, solar eclipses are an annual event. I did not know that happens every year. The annual solar eclipse occurs when the moon is too far away from the Earth to completely cover the sun. Oh, annular, not annual. Sorry, annular solar eclipse.
I was going to say, I don't think we have one every year, but yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, we have them more often than it seems because they're not visible from certain parts of the Earth.
Right.
So ones that we can see in the northern hemisphere only come around every once in a few years, but like there are other ones that go like places where we don't get to see them.
Yeah.
But this one is called annular because it only covers part of the sun. It won't cover it completely.
Yeah, it only covers the sun's beehole.
Oh, so this is what you were talking about. So this is the results in a ring of light around the darkened moon. The sun's corona is not visible during the annular eclipse. The eclipse path will begin at the Pacific Ocean off the coast of southern Canada and move across southwestern United States and Central America, Colombia, and Brazil. A partial eclipse will be visible throughout most of North and South America. But yeah, so the moon is, because it's not a supermoon, as in closest to the Earth. It's further. It's the furthest. It's kind of almost the furthest it is from the Earth. It looks smaller, so it doesn't cover the entire sun. It has that ring around it that you were talking about.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's not a total solar eclipse. And then from the angles that we are, we might be able to see partial eclipse, but not, we won't see the full eclipse. Okay, then October 20th and 21st is the Oronids meteor shower. I skipped like the new moons and the full moons because you weren't interested in those. Just regular full moons and new moons. So the 20th and 21st is the Oronids meteor shower. Is an average meteor shower producing up to 20 meteors per hour at its peak. It's produced by dust grains left by the Halley's Comet, which has been known and observed since ancient times. Shower runs annually from October 2nd to the November 7th. This year, the peak is October 20th and 21st. The first quarter moon may block some of the dim meteors in the evening, but it will set shortly after midnight. This will leave darkened skies for what could be a good morning shower. Best views will be from dark locations after midnight. Meteors will radiate from the constellation Orion, but can appear anywhere in the sky.
Okay. Another dumb question.
Mm-hmm.
Comets or meteors.
Right?
Uh, do they do they have like precious metals in them at all?
It could. I mean, until you get one and open it up, you don't know.
Right. Now, are there any that are large enough that that you could potentially land on?
Yeah,
How come we don't try? How come we don't go and like mine these things?
because it's super dangerous to even try to land on the moon, and it's super huge.
Oh. I guess we just don't have any evil Knievel fucking space astronauts out there.
Well, I mean, what do we need from a meteor that we can't get on Earth currently? Like, why would you risk your life so much for like gold from a meteor when you could find it on Earth still?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's any type of like really rare substances that maybe are much more difficult to harvest from Earth that could be found on a meteor or a comet.
Well, the costs to get to space currently are astronomical, so it's probably not even close to worth it, for one thing.
Oh, that's true. Because that's why my idea of shooting trash into the sun was shot down.
Mm,
Because it would cost a whole lot of money just to shoot a rocket there.
yeah.
Okay.
October 23rd, Venus will be the highest it is in the sky. It has the same problem as Mercury as being closer to the sun than us, so it's low on the horizon and usually is blocked from view by the sun. But on the 23rd, it'll be the highest it is in the sky, so easier to see.
What color does Venus show up at?
It looks like a bright white.
Oh, okay. So like a star.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's bigger because it's closer. It's one of the closest. Other than Mars, it's the closest planet to us, so it's one of the brightest things in the sky.
That's where women come from. That's what we were taught in school. America.
The 28th is a partial lunar eclipse, where the shadow of the Earth will block part of the moon for a short period of time. The eclipse will be visible throughout all of Europe, Asia, and Africa, and Western Australia. November 23rd, Jupiter. Yep, November 23rd, Jupiter will be at its closest approach to Earth, and its face will be fully illuminated by the sun. It will be brighter than any other time of the year and will be visible all night long. It's the best time to view and photograph Jupiter and its moons. A medium-sized telescope should be able to show you some of the detail in Jupiter's color bands. A good pair of binoculars should be able to show you Jupiter's largest moons, appearing as bright dots on the other side of the planet.
Okay. No questions yet.
November 4th and 5th is the Taurids meteor shower. Taurus is a long-running meteor shower producing only about 5 to 10 meteors per hour. It is unusual in that it consists of two separate streams. The first is dust and grains left by asteroid TG10, and the second stream is produced by comet Eneki. The shower runs annually from September 9th to December 10th. It peaks this year on November 4th and 5th. Best location for viewing is just after midnight from a dark location away from city lights. Meteors will radiate from the constellation Taurus, but can appear anywhere in the sky. November 13th, Uranus.
Oh, Donnie?
Time out. What?
November 13th is Uranus. You'll get to see Donnie's anus now.
I resemble that remark.
The blue-green planet will be at its closest approach to Earth on November 13th, and space will be fully illuminated by the sun. It will be brighter than any other time of the year and will be visible all night long. It is the best time to view Uranus. Due to its distance, it will appear as a tiny blue-green dot in even the most powerful of telescopes.
Wow, so even a powerful telescope is just going to look like a little dot?
It's in all but the most powerful telescopes.
Oh. So seeing it with just your naked eye is probably not going to happen.
It will probably look just like a star. Yeah. Probably won't be able to discern it from a star without some kind of thing. The November 17th and 18th is the Leonidas meteor shower.
Oh, 300?
Leonidas is an average shower producing up to 15 meteors per hour at its peak. The shower is unique in that it has a cyclonic peak at about every 33 years where hundreds of meteors per hour can be seen. That last occurred in 2001. Leonidas is produced by dust grains left behind by the Tempel-Tuttle comet. Shower runs annually from November 6th to 30th. It peaks this year on the 17th and 18th. Meteors will radiate from the constellation Leo, but can appear anywhere in the sky. December 4th is, you can see Mercury again at its closest point in the eastern sky. Oh no, this time it's in the western sky. Sorry, just after sunset. So it's the opposite of last time. Because it was the eastern just after just before sunrise, and this one's the western sky just after sunset. December 13th and 14th is the Geminids meteor shower. I'm assuming it comes from the constellation Gemini. Yep. Geminids is the king of meteor showers. It's considered by many to be the best shower in the heavens, producing up to 120 multicolored meteors per hour. It is produced by debris left behind by an asteroid known as Phantalon, which was discovered in 1982. The shower runs annually from December 7th to 17th. It peaks this year on the 13th and 14th. It should be great viewing this year. The nearly new moon means dark skies for an excellent show. The best viewing can be from a dark location just after midnight. Meteors will radiate from the constellation Gemini, but can appear anywhere in the sky. So that one's 120 different colored meteors per hour. So that's going to be like the best one this year, I suppose.
Jesus.
It says it's always the best one, apparently. And then the 21st and the 22nd is the Urside meteor shower. Urside is a minor meteor shower that produces about 5 to 10 meteors per hour. It's produced by dust grains left behind by the Tuttle comet. Shower runs annually from 17th to the 25th. It peaks this year at the 21st and the 22nd. The gibbous moon will black out most of the faint meteors this year, but if you're patient, you should be able to catch a few good ones. Best viewing will be just after midnight in a dark location away from city lights. Meteors will radiate from the constellation Ursa Minor, but can appear anywhere in the sky. And then the December 22nd is the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere and the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere, which is the longest night, hours of darkness here in the north, and the most hours of light in the southern hemisphere. And then that's it for this year.
You forgot on the 24th, if you look real close, you can see Santa.
Yeah, Santa's sleigh and reindeer crossing across the moon.
He doesn't go to the moon.
Yeah, he does, just like a witch.
No.
You see the silhouette of Santa and his sleigh going across the moon.
I thought you said he was going to the moon.
Oh, no.
I was just going to say he would suffocate. Can't breathe up there.
Right.
And maybe he'll be shit-faced and he'll just, maybe if you're really lucky, he'll just be peeing off the side of the sleigh. And you'll see it.
Well.
And maybe he'll hit your neighbor, little Timmy, like right in the face. Because fuck that kid. Are we gonna watch that movie again this year?
What movie?
Oh, man.
Viking Santa Claus?
Yeah, Viking Santa Claus. I don't remember the name of the movie now off the top of my head, but
Violent Night.
Violent Night.
I will.
Sure.
I want that to become an annual, like, a tradition. God, I loved that movie so much.
It's one of the only things I've seen do justice to like a mall. Somebody using a mall in a movie and they actually do it like cool.
Yeah. All right, so those were all the astrological things for the remainder of the year. Sprinkled in there were some of my really absurd inquiries. We are right around the hour mark, so I guess we can save the other topic for either next week
time.
or even we could talk about it during part of one of our October ones too, seeing as though it's more Halloween oriented, I guess.
Right.
But
I do want to talk about the TikTok that started this conversation that you sent me. So he sent me the
Instagram.
So it's all the sciences are talking about the supermoon. They're like, oh yeah, and like geology was like, oh yeah, and it can affect the tides or whatever, and like entomology or whatever was like, yeah, and the brightness of the night can affect animals and blah blah. And so they're all talking about it, like physics is talking about it, and astrology is talking about it, and then astronomy pops up, and it's like, yeah, and you could probably manifest more something or other, like powers or whatever. And all of them just stopped talking, and one of them's like, astronomy, who invited her? And they're just start talking about it, and physics is like, listen, it's okay. Remember, nothing she says can affect you. And astrology is like, people are always messing us up or confusing us together, and it makes it seem like I'm less important or whatever. I'm based on actual factual science about our universe and blah, blah, blah. She's just a fortune cookie with lore. And astronomy like has a shocked Pikachu face like...
Yeah.
You know, astronomy might not be able to be proven, but you can't disprove it either.
It's true. That's my
Just
argument
like
with space ice giants.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
That's my argument for that. But oh, maybe the space ice giants are behind astronomy. Maybe. Okay, Rob, do you believe in miniature giant space hamsters?
Do you believe in magic?
Are you asking if Rob believes in hamsters?
Miniature giant space hamsters.
Yeah. So does he believe in hamsters?
They're more than just hamsters.
You got two. You got two. What is the? There's a term for this. I suck at English. There's a term for using two descriptors that are opposites. I don't know what it is though. And that's not a double
Oxymoron.
negative,
An
but saying it's a
oxymoron.
miniature huge. Yeah. Yeah.
But they're more than just hamsters, though.
Yeah. They're miniature giant
Space hamsters.
space hamsters.
Like Boo.
Yeah, he's just a hamster though, right?
No.
Not?
No.
I thought he was just a regular hamster.
Nah, man. Okay, in D&D lore,
I thought the joke was that they pretend like he's more than just a hamster.
no.
Oh.
He is legitimately a miniature giant space hamster. Giant space hamsters are a race in D&D.
I did not know that. I
Yeah.
thought that was a total bullshitted funny
No.
thing they just made up. Okay. I just thought they made some funny shit up. I liked it. I liked that it was goofy. I didn't care.
Okay, so with that being said, that's our science. We don't even need a science corner. The whole episode was science corner. That was science block with Rob.
Yep.
1978, they discovered time travel.
Yeah, Superman.
Only
AK
Superman could figure it out, though.
AKA Clark Kent, but don't tell anybody.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
We're so unprofessional.
I know. All right, where can people find you on the internet, Rob?
You can find me crying in a dark corner.
Where science used to be?
Yep.
He wants to do science corner, baby.
Oh,
No.
do you want to do science
No.
corner?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, make him do it!
no, because
Make him do something on the spot.
This whole episode was sciencey. You know, he did most of the reading and had to deal with my dumbass questions, so I'll give him a break.
Fuck that. He had to deal with my dumbass banter, and I'm not apologizing.
I'm not.
You can find me on Twitter at Confessor_X. I mean, you can find me on X at Confessor_X. You know what?
You can find him on X, it sounds like.
Look for me on Instagram, I guess.
Yeah, look for me too.
Through Twitter. Or
Don't look
X,
for me on Instagram. I
whatever
don't get
it
on
is.
there very much. Look for me somewhere else. Don't look for me on Twitter either. I never get on Twitter. Hey, just don't look for me, okay? Yeah.
So, also you can find Rob crying in a dark corner because it's going to be a new moon, which means it'll be darker.
And you can follow me on Twitch at ConfessorX. Twitch.tv/ConfessorX.
Yeah.
I'm going to change my name to Professor Sex.
Confessor Sex.
Oh boy.
The Confessions of the Confessor Sex.
I don't necessarily know that the SU lawyers will be pleased by this change.
You can actually find me this weekend on B Plays, pretending to be B Plays.
Ah, yes. That's right. Donnie, where, you know what? Can people
You
even
can find me holding an
you?
ice pack to my head because I have a migraine.
Yeah, I know. We didn't help.
You can also find me at Jack's Forest Walker, all one word.
Where? Where is that at?
Everywhere.
Oh, that's not true. Actually,
Speak it to the universe, you shall find me.
that's fair. As always, everybody, thank you for listening. You guys can follow me on. I'm not calling it X. It's Twitter. Okay, it's fucking Twitter.
But did they really change the name of it?
Yeah, they changed it to X.
No wonder I did. Okay.
So you can find me on Twitter at JacksForestWalker, all one word. If you search for it on X, cool. I don't ever really go on there because it's a toxic fucking community, and I really despise it. You guys can also find me on Twitch at DM Webby.
Oh, you changed it?
I've been DM Webby for quite some time on Twitch.
Oh.
You guys can also find me on Instagram. Don't remember what my name is on that. I think it's just my name. So
I know I got messages from you on there.
go ahead and just search me on there.
I'll plug you, bro. I'll plug you, bro.
Okay. I usually just post D&D memes or funny pictures or cool pictures that I find. I
can
love
find
going
him-
on there on Reels.
Patrick.Webster52.
There you go. On Instagram.
Jeez.
And you can also find me on eBay at holding up my buddy Devin into the light. We miss you.
Yes, we will hold up our buddy Devin.
You can find Donnie at Donnie B the Best on MySpace.com.
Somebody made that up?
No, just nobody
I was
uses
gonna say, is
Oh,
MySpace.
MySpace
man.
still a thing? Does somebody make me a MySpace? That'd be cool. I'd be
Heck
flattered.
yeah. Heck yeah.
Somebody make me a MySpace. Just use flattering photos, please. Use your favorite photos, please.
As always, thank you
And
for
don't go further than
listening.
2011. Come on.
Thank you for listening. We love you. Stay safe. Fuck Booster Gold.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow.
Next time I'm plugging in a Gambit fan page and seeing if one of the listeners makes one.
All right.
They don't know what the fuck Gambit is.
They'll probably make it for like the X-Men Gambit.
Cool enough. Honestly, his real powers are fucking awesome. Anyways,
Yep.
we're still recording.
I agree.
We always talk over the outro. It's tradition!
Oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, totally.